What's going on, everybody? It's Jace, and today we're going to be talking about the Nike Refurbish Program, which is where they take a worn shoe from a return and they make it into a like new status and they sell it back out for a reduced price. So what does this mean for you as a consumer? Stick around and find out in this video. And before I continue, please make sure that you do smash that like button and subscribe. I drop new videos every Thursday, keeping you in the loop about what's going on in the sneaker community. So make sure you keep it locked here with your boy Jace. Thank you so much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. Now let's get to the video. So it is 2021 now, and we are seeing a lot of companies care more and more about the environment. Hence, Nike is rolling out this new Nike Refurbish program. So before I get into that, I do want to talk about Nike's return policy. It has always been very generous compared to a lot of other retailers where they will literally not let you return a sneaker just because you wore it or tried it on, or if it has any signs of wear. Now, the cool thing about Nike is they give you between 30 to 60 days to try your sneaker, depending on where you got these sneakers and what they're meant for. So I believe on sneakers it's 30 days, and if you buy something like cleats, you can use them for up to 60 days just to see if you like them or not. Now, what's crazy about all of this is that the reports from last year showed that Nike made about $23 billion with a B in revenue from footwear. Now, as you can imagine, with this super generous return policy, they are definitely going to be seeing a lot of returns from people that either didn't like the sneaker or just wanted to wear it and return it without having to actually front any of their own money. So now, why is this important to you as a consumer? In 2020, Nike reported gross revenue of $23 billion. And I can guarantee you a good chunk of these people that bought these pieces of footwear were most likely hype beasts and or sneaker collectors. But on the other end of that, there's also a good chunk of people that most likely are not. So you're probably wondering, how does this Nike Refurbish program work? So essentially what they're gonna do is, let's say you buy a sneaker and you don't like it. You return it before 60 days is up. They take the sneaker, they inspect it, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna look for any marks or any damage, and they're gonna repair it, give it a condition score, and the lower the score, the lower the price is gonna be. So if it's in good condition, it's gonna be more expensive. If it's really beat up, it's gonna be cheaper. They are going to be using a new refurbished box that basically tells you that they're aiming to become a more environmentally friendly company, and they're aiming for zero waste and so forth, you know, just more marketing stuff. And there's also going to be a new label tag on it, just like how you see that there's shoe labels on every sneaker that you buy telling you about the size and all of that. And I'm guessing with these labels, it might actually have a place for them to put some kind of condition mark as well for the specific sneaker. Since all of these sneakers are going to be previously used by their old owners, they will most likely have to be handwritten in. The way they're going to be rolling these refurbished sneakers out is they're going to be opening new stores called the Nike Refurbish stores. They have about 15 planned. They haven't announced exactly where they're going to open. So now moving on with Nike, they are pulling in about $23 billion worth of revenue from footwear alone. A good chunk of these people are going to be hype beasts or sneaker collectors. Most likely the majority of these people that are making returns are not going to be those people. You will most likely see 90% of the time in these stores, they're gonna just be random sneakers like free runs or maybe Metcons or some other sneaker that somebody tried on and didn't quite like. However, there is always a good chance that you might find some Dunks or Jordan 1s or some other sought after shoe in these stores, just because I've known plenty of people that have tried certain shoes like Air Max 1s, Air Max 90s, Jordans, and didn't like the way they felt, or ended up flip-flopping on the colorway, just some other thing that they didn't like about the sneaker and ended up returning it. That shoe basically ended up getting recycled because Nike never had a program for anything like this. So it's really exciting to see that there is gonna be opportunities in the US, at least for now, for you to get a hold of that sneaker. So let's say like I got these Vast Gray Dunks, for example, and I didn't like them and I returned them. Now this shoe, since it's barely worn, it is probably going to end up hitting at one of the refurbished program outlets, and now someone's going to have a chance to buy that sneaker, which is super cool. As consumers, we actually have a chance to potentially buy sneakers that you don't see every day. Not to mention that if you do need some cool beater shoes, they're obviously going to be used sneakers already, so don't need to worry as much about taking care of them. And if you're a reseller, there's a good chance you could find some good sneakers to buy here and fix up yourself, essentially sell it back out, or you might even find the occasional Jordan 1 or Dunk. This is just another outlet really for you to really maximize your chances of finding shoes that you do want. To understand some of the points I just made, so for example, I know a sneaker that was kind of not very popular and almost sat for a little while were the Volt Jordan 1s, and they didn't do super well. I personally know a bunch of people that bought them and thought they ended up not looking very good on feet. So what did they do? Some of them actually returned it. They would basically just recycle them. Had this program existed back then, they most likely would have cleaned it up, made it 100% like almost like new, and they probably would have ended up selling those Volt Jordan 1s at one of these outlet stores. So, you know, the thought of that happening is pretty cool. And just the nature of this store only taking returns, I could see that maybe 60 to 70% of the items are gonna be your everyday items that you could probably buy at a Nike store or Nike online. And then the other 30% could be definitely sneakers that you can buy on Sneakers or sneakers that you wouldn't normally see on their website. So now I want to do my final thoughts as a product designer. There's a couple of reasons why Nike would do this, so I just want to go over those. So as I said, in terms of a marketing or branding perspective, it is 2021. It's more important than ever now for you to be a environmentally friendly company or even a B corporation, which means that you do something to give back to the community, or you do more than just try to make a profit and you're trying to actually help the planet or help a cause. And that's very good for their image, and that's gonna really help diversify and draw in different crowds of people for the brand. Now, the second thing is, as I said, they did used to recycle sneakers, but that obviously creates waste from the processes themselves, and who knows if they were actually recycling all of the returns. So some of them could have been ending up in landfills and all of that, and there's a lot of costs associated with waste disposal. So for them to basically return these sneakers to the market for sale, even if it's at a bit of a loss from the original cost, is going to help offset their costs of operation with waste. Now, the most important thing here for Nike is they're basically kind of taking back a bit of the reselling game for themselves, if you will. Let's just say you bought a Air Force One at $100. So to give an example, let's just say you bought Air Force One at $100. The person wears it and then decides that they don't like it anymore, so they return it. So normally what would happen with Nike is they would basically recycle this and they would have to take a loss of $100. Let's just do simple math here. They would basically be taking a loss of $100, right? So with this new Refurbish program, let's just say the dude only wore it 2-3 times and it's maybe a little scuffed up and it has been a little darkened on the bottom of the outsoles. Now all of a sudden Nike can clean it up to the best of their ability and they rate the condition, let's say, an 8 out of 10. Pretty standard rating for something that's barely worn. So now all of a sudden they might market for $65 or $70 at their outlet store. So now instead of them taking a full $100 loss from having to recycle or even throw away the sneaker, they are now able to at least recoup some of their losses and at least make $60 or $70, whatever you want to call it. And I know people are gonna bring up the fact that Nike is still ripping people off because they've seen that internal screenshot of Nike saying that it costs like about $17 to reduce the Jordan 1. Well, I just want to point out that in terms of total all-in costs for how much it would be, there's many other factors that would make that definitely just not true. There's a reason why Nike sells an Air Force One for $100. There's a reason why Nike sells a Jordan 1 for $170. There's many other factors, logistical factors, branding, marketing, transportation, the cuts to the different suppliers. There's many different things that I do plan to make a video on. You know, with all that said and done, that Jordan 1 or that Air Force One is definitely not $17. Nike is not making for, let's say, an Air Force One, if it costs like, let's say $10 to make, they are not making a $90 profit. Just wanted to point that out there. But yeah, I've had some people kind of point that out to me, and I've seen that all over the website or internet, so I do want to go over that at some point as well. But anyways, I think it's a super cool concept, and I definitely am hoping that we'll see some cool sneakers. So that's pretty much it for my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this program? Do you think it's all gonna be bricks that they're gonna be selling there? Is it all gonna be crappy sneakers? What are the chances that you think that we're gonna see some cool Jordan 1s or Dunks there? Because I definitely think that there is a decent chance, just because, like I said, not everybody that buys these sneakers are hypebeasts. Some of them just buy sneakers to wear one time for the gram, and they will literally return it, or they'll wear it for a month and they'll literally return it just so they can basically wear a shoe for free. I've seen so many people do that online, and I think it's just a really smart way for Nike to kind of combat this. So anyways, yeah, let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. It's been your boy Jace. Make sure that you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell notification. Like I said, I drop new videos every Thursday, keeping you in the loop about what's going on in the sneaker community. So make sure you support your local businesses, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.